Hey guys, hey YouTube. Been a bit since I did a production tutorial, and I've been working a lot with this particular technique that was taught to me by Nasty. If you guys don't know him, he's right here. Poop. Go find his link in the description. But beyond him, other guys I've been working with have also kind of reiterated and showed me this. So I wanted to pass that knowledge along to you. It's going to be about how to get those really huge, heavy-hitting style bass house drops, I guess, a la JOYRYDE, Ibranovski, kind of like the modern bass house that is really high energy, pumps you up. It's got lots of stuff going on in it. I'll probably cut right now to a couple of examples. I have an ID coming out on Incursion Records, and it's not until November, which is quite a while, but this is what that sounds like.
Give it to me like.
I was also working on this remix for a remix contest, which I will let you guys know how that goes, but it sounds like this. And so yeah, I've been making another track in that style, and I wanted to kind of show what makes this style different. So first I'll show you just like, what would be a basic starting point for this that you guys would kind of have, that you're used to, especially from my other YouTube videos that I've made. This is basically just perk and, and regular build up and a regular bass house style bass.
Mash up the dance floor, 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 mash up the dance floor. Mash up the dance floor.
So we got this really repetitive kind of, it's a cool bass sound, but it's not much going on there with that. And we got some pretty standard, I would say, processing going on it. This has been a big thing that I've learned, is dipping into serum effects, messing around with distortion and compression, sometimes also using chorus and other stuff to make sounds unique. But rather than going into the actual patch, like modifying the patch if I need to in serum itself, but then throwing serum effects and doing that added layer of processing on it to get it a little bit more unique. So the first thing is to add some of these small kind of additive so it's just filling out tiny little bits of space. You can do these with toms, you can do these with whole different things. They don't necessarily need to be basses. They sound like, well, actually let me solo like this.
Mash up the dance floor.
Kind of has that sucking, synth in there that I've shown off. I have a patch for it, so you could do it, manually in Serum. But this was just easier. I found the sample, and again, I'm processing that. I believe it is. What is this? Live Dangerous. Yes. So again, processing it through serum effects. But that's not exactly what I want to talk about. There's still more. Let's talk about adding in, just the regular effects that you would have. These are regular fills and stuff. You guys know how to do that. It's pretty easy. Pitching everything to be in the same key, doing that same effects. Again, not what I want to talk about in this video, but that's kind of the next level. Then the level after that, which is something that took me a while to realize, is you're gonna have to get comfortable with leads. And rather than programming your own leads in Serum or whatever, again, I just found two samples that I like. And in this case, I'm not doing an octave pitch up and down for an A-B section. I'm keeping it the same.
Mash up the dance floor.
Mash up the dance floor. So So that sounds pretty good. And again, those all have like the same Serum Effects processing on them to make them glue together and sound nice. Here's kind of what they sound like alone. And actually, one thing that I didn't do here, but that we should do, is change this to smooth blending so that they don't have like the harsh sounds. What is this? Lev bleep 2? Is that this? This just makes it so that when if you clip them like that, they won't make the same noise. Why is this not working? Generic bleeding, generic bleeding. That's bleep 2. Oh, smooth bleeding, sorry, that's what you want. So as you can see, I'm intentionally leaving out these little spots here. I'm actually going to do that as well with the main bass. So we're going to cut these out and maybe leave that one. So the first task that we're going to focus on, first we're just going to make sure that this is not whoa, why did this change? Huh, that's weird. Normally it's if you want it to be stretch or not. I don't know how that happened. Well, anyways, we'll just throw that off to try and get rid of that little end guy that was appearing there. So we'll do that. And the reason we're doing this now is because to get it to that final level where it sounds really dope is we're going to be adding in a bunch of little one-shot samples. So I have like a bunch in here, and I'm just going to kind of go through and see if I can find ones that I like. This should be on the more aggressive end. It might work. Let's try it out. We want to be online. And what's important is just to make sure that everything's in the same key. So if I can remember correctly, I believe this is all in F, which makes this one a little bit hard to do because it's in D sharp, so that would be E, F. Yeah, okay. Well, it seems like it's already on track. I don't want that. And we're just going to start by having kick up.
Mash up the dance floor.
And then, we can use that at other points as well, but I don't think I will. I like how that sounds already. We'll just hit it with, again, Serum Effects. Let's try to isolate it so we don't have this.
Mash up the dance floor. Mash up the dance floor.
So first we're going to throw on some distortion, and I really like using downsample, have it at a pretty low percentage, like, what is this, like a third or something, and having the mix down at like 50%.
Mash up the dance floor.
I put it on a lot of my synths, and so it kind of makes them all gel together if I use it.
Mash up the dance floor. Mash up the dance floor. Mash up the dance floor. Mash up the dance floor.
I think it will fit if I do
Mash
it
up the dance floor. Mash up the dance floor. Mash up the dance floor.
So that's kind of that first spot cleared out. Now we're just going to keep looking around for more areas that we can throw. Obviously we got this end area that could use some. So let's keep looking through, see if we can find other ones that we like. Oops. So I found this quick sample that sounds like this one. And so basically the first thing I did was time adjust it because it's at 140 BPM. Now if you time adjust it at 140, it'll make it slower to go down to a house tempo, right? Which in this case, what is this doing?
Dance floor. dance floor,
I want to take this guy off so that you can hear this.
dance floor, dance floor, dance floor, dance floor. Mash up the dance floor.
And, you know, again, you can do the same processing. So we'll throw it onto a track. We don't need to put any sidechain on it, but we can put instead throw camera effects, and we'll do that same distortion. Again, you don't need to do this exact same distortion. Actually, I don't encourage you not to, because then you're just going to sound like me, right? So with that low drive, we'll just listen to this on loop. Sounds all right. Let's add some compression. For sounds like this that are very low and heavy, doing a multiband compression will bring out the highs a lot, which makes it sound more unique as well. So we can do that. And we'll make this.
Mash up the dance floor. Mash up the dance floor.
So we're already seeing a lot of improvement just with those two sounds added.
Dance floor. Mash up the dance floor.
And so we just want to make sure that we're on top of this by not having the bass hit anywhere that we want to add it.
Mash up the dance floor.
So there's a couple other places that we could fit in more sounds, but let's try to find them first. Sounds that we want. This one, I like the sound. We'll see if we can use it. So the other option, instead of slowing it down, is that you could speed it up by putting it at 75. Now, I don't think I'm going to do that because it has a similar cadence to the other one. I'm going to do it at the 150, and then we can just test it out by previewing.
Dance floor.
Actually, it is kind of slow, so let's try doing 75. It will sound like this.
Dance floor.
It's actually too fast, so I don't want to do that. So this one doesn't work. So next we're going to look in, we got a lot of cool ones in this. I like using this actually, this is a dope sound. This one too.
Dance floor. Dance floor.
And we can just try to find different places to put these. So, like this guy.
Dance floor.
This guy would probably be used in a similar situation to this one. And let's just fit these guys to tempo. I think this will be probably like 140 or something. Yeah. But as you can hear, it's not necessarily the right tone now. First thing we want to do is put stretch so it retains its pitch. The other thing we can do is go audio editor, regions, and detect pitch regions, and we see that this is C. It says, right? Yeah, C. So if we go back into the pitch here, we have stretch on. It's important. We can go, what way do we want to go? If we want to get to F, that's pretty much the opposite. I think F is the, it's the fourth, right? Not the fifth. So we could go C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F. Now that's pretty high, so I think it might be better to go down an octave. Go C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F. And then this guy, we're gonna do Stagger knock one. Might be easier to even do it just by eye because there's no BPM marking on it. Oh, no, not that. We want stretch on. And then we could just do it by eye like that. Then we know. And again, we're going to do the pitch region trick. Detect pitch regions. And we got like D sharp is kind of the main one. So we can go stretch, E, F. And then we can do whatever processing we want here. So like, let's say we didn't want this guy. And I use this guy a lot in certain situations, so I might want to put him over here instead as the second one. Keep this guy there. This one, let's preview him. Fit the tempo 150, yep. And if he's E, that means we just have to go stretch one up to F. Oh, not that. So we got this other sound here. Adjusted sounds like that. We still haven't done the pitch adjustment, so we'll do that again. Pitch editor, regions, detect pitch, C. So C sharp, D. Actually, let's do it down. D, D sharp, E, F. So we haven't even fully processed all these yet. You know, we still need to go through and do the serum effects on all of them. But already this drop is sounding way more full. If we put these down on their own layer here and we listen to the drop.
Mash up the dance floor, mash up the dance floor, mash up the dance floor. Mash up the dance floor.
So then we add in these additive ones, and this is what happens.
Mash up the dance floor, mash up the dance floor, mash up the dance floor. Mash up the dance floor.
So again, I still would need to like process those all individually and do some gluing together on them, but even just that sounds way better, way more full, way, you know, just way better in general. So that's kind of the tool. It's basically finding these shots and effects and looking through dubstep libraries and hybrid trap libraries to get them, doing the tempo adjust, doing the pitch detection on the sample in the audio editor, and then adjusting their pitch accordingly with the stretch option on so it doesn't screw with the length of them. You know, fixing the length if it's not if there's no BPM detected, either slowing it down from 150 or speeding it up from 75, and then going in serum effects and making them unique to the style that you have, making sure that you're doing proper EQ separation, right? We don't even have a sub in here yet. If there was a sub, it would sound even better. And then basically the sub you would just program in where these hits are landing from these one shots and add in that MIDI there as well. And so that's, and I'm going to show you guys another tip soon with what you can do to make your sub and kick sound way better at another time. But that's been the tutorial for today. If you liked it, it really helps me a lot if you leave a like and if you leave a comment on the video. So it's super easy for you to do. Just hit like, And if just comment saying, you know, what kind of other tutorials you'd like to see, and that helps me a ton, and it costs absolutely nothing for you to do. But without further ado, happy dancing. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.